I forgot I have a YouTube channel, but hey everyone, it's Marlix here. So, it's been a while since I made an IISU video, probably like in October, and I pretty much don't have a lot to say for the intro, but I'll say this. So, I filmed an interview with the now new owner, Nathan, about how IISU is going, and it's not like a long interview like I did with Usagi, which was the reason why my channel blew up in the first place. But it's still going to be a somewhat interesting video for you guys to watch with the new owner of IISU. And I kind of want to post something because this video has been in my computer for like a month and I completely forgot about it until now. So, without further ado, let's not talk a lot and get straight into the interview.
All right, hello everyone. Welcome to a ISU video. I know it's been a while since I've done another interview. Last time we did it was a former ISU owner named Usagi Shade, who's no longer part of the team, but instead we have Nathan, the other monkey, I guess.
That's right.
You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I am Nathan, as he said, also known as Elder Monkey. Ever since late November, I've taken over the project and have been leading it through development, through design, through promotional material, and have been trying to pick up all the scraps that were left through ISU, as we still had an amazing community, and our community is still growing to this day. And that's mostly about me. I was a co-founder of the project as well. So me and the past founder, Usagi, kind of linked up at the very start, and he showed off the project to me. And I was building my own front end at the same time for the Thor, still in the design phase. But I thought it was an amazing idea, so we teamed up and we built that for the first presentation, and here we are. So yeah.
All right, let's get to some questions. Hopefully it won't be too long like I did with Usagi. I think it took like almost an hour, but it was all right. So what has changed? Because I'm after the whole drama. I'm not gonna get into that in this video, but what has changed after Usagi's departure from Yisu?
I would say not a lot, really. Overall, the project, the dev team is exactly the same. He was a big inspiration for a lot of the concepts and for a lot of the designs and UI work in general, especially mostly on the single screen. But he never was a developer or like, you know, instrumental in the code base. So that has been consistently maintained. We still have all the assets and all the designs, and we continue to, expand upon the Figma, expand upon the concepts, and we've been continuing to pump out alphas, and everything that we need for development. So I would say not a lot has changed externally or internally. Um, our video production, I would say, is the one thing. Obviously, with Usagi leaving, he was our main outlet of, promotion and video material. And I've tried to pick up some of that. There's a YouTube short on the official Network YouTube channel, but I haven't had the time to really make more with being busy with college and with actual like development work on the website, some secret projects, and the actual Android app itself. But I hope to, once I finish up a few things internally, which I'm finally getting finalized, um, we'll be having more video material. But I'd say that's the main thing that's changed. Overall, though, the project is perfectly underway with really minimal disruption.
All right. Let me prepare the next question. I have it on my notes. Um, the next question I'll be asking is how has the alpha version of ISU going? Because I've been noticing, like, I think like every couple weeks or a month, you guys have like new updates regarding to ISU. Like, how's it going on the A1 Thor or any other like Android handhelds? Like, how's that going?
The alphas, I think, have been going particularly great. Every 2 weeks or so, we release a supporter build, and those are a little bit earlier. They're not fully finalized. They're not something that we'd be entirely comfortable releasing to the whole public, but they always have large changes. Every month or so, we do release a public build for absolutely free, and we'll continue to do this. And as we approach a beta and further releases, the schedule might change, might improve. But the alphas have been great. We're currently in pre-release version 5, which supporters have access to. And as of recording this, I have yet to announce it, but on next week, in a few days, we'll be releasing Alpha 5 to the public. That'll be on Monday. And that will come with lots of changes, including more scrapers like SteamGrid DB and Screen Scraper, which will allow you to have like banners and icons rather than just like an image. Um, it has more glassy effects and improved dialogue, so you can actually navigate the settings, because we know that that's been a big thing where the settings are kind of nested weirdly. Um, Lots of improvements with navigation and better sound handling, lots more customization, a lot of stuff. I think we are steadily approaching a beta, and we love to call it a beta as soon as we feel comfortable declaring it that. But there's a few more fundamental things we want to work on, really implementing some of the Mizu UI design elements into the app, as well as some more polish with scraping and with launching. Because on the AYN Thor, the app looks beautiful in my opinion. It's very consistent. We're building out some really good system level functionality thanks to AYN giving us code directly for brightness control, for firmware access, and everything else. But on single screen devices, while we've made lots of big improvements to that for version 5, it's not quite the vision that we had intended for having the X and B bar for navigation, for having the beautiful animations for scrolling through your games and consoles. And I'd say once we have single screen a little more up to par with dual screen is when we'll officially release it as a beta, to where we feel more comfortable with it being stable. And whenever we can, release it to the App Store when we feel comfortable with
Hey, Ryan, can I get a free Thor, please? All right.
it.
Anyways. No,
They're stingy. I don't know.
no. All right. Anyways, I don't think a lot of people are in the IISU Discord server. I mean, it's a good big community, I would say, but I feel like half the people are watching aren't in the server. Like I said, due to the drama. But I noticed there's new like supporter stuff. It was called, was it the supporter deluxe, or yeah, supporter deluxe. So kind of want you to explain like what supporter deluxe does and why there's a higher priority supporter deluxe than the normal supporters we have.
So, ever since we reopened our Ko-fi, um, we have the same supporter tier as before, which is just a $5 tip that anyone can leave, and you get permanent access to alpha builds before they release to the public, some VIP channels, and some other stuff with suggestions and further access in the Discord. And then we have a $5 month. It's kind of just recurring payment on the Ko-fi, which grants you a supporter deluxe role. And this is the whole goal of this is not to be any sort of subscription service or anything we like we really push. It's simply for those who want to consistently support the project over time, get a nice extra role. You have a nice color in the Discord. It looks cool. And you get exclusive access to a polls channel, which we're trying to release more content to for supporter deluxe members to input suggestions in development and design and have just a bit more closer interaction with the development team. But besides that, it's very much an optional add-on for people who want to just consistently support the group and show that off. So that's the main purpose of Supporter Deluxe, but it's totally optional. And if you give us a tip of $5 to help out development, it's the same benefits as before, and we really appreciate everything that we receive. So
And to those who have been supporting since like the good days, but don't want to pay anymore, which is understandable. There's legacy supporters. It just shows you that you are an OG like me.
mhm.
So
Yeah, like supporters, most of them either have been refunded or they didn't want to refund and they were given back their supporter role. So, but everyone, regardless, has a legacy supporter role to show that they were back in the old days, you could say. I miss the old ISU, but
Yeah, I do too.
but even then, those people should still be receiving badges on their accounts because with the ISU account, the ISU network account system, we have early supporter badges, bug tester badges, all that. So they'll still be receiving those as well.
Awesome, awesome. And um, honestly, I hope like Isu. I heard you guys releasing Isu around spring, or that's gonna be further pushed back until further notice.
Um,
Cause yeah,
it's a little hard to tell deadlines now because we are releasing alphas consistently. The spring deadline, it definitely is not planned to have the full online feature set that we originally were aiming for. And in general, um, the scope of the project has been dialed back for now to focus on the core front end experience with assets and with navigation and with everything you expect from a front end, as we are currently in the early phases of building out an initial social service linking with platforms like Discord. Um, as a base before we integrate our own service because that comes with more complications with backend support and moderation and such. So for that aspect of ISU, it may come a little later than this spring, maybe towards the summer, fall, nothing entirely sure yet. But a beta release, I would expect likely in the spring of this year. And again, like I mentioned before, that mostly involves stability, um, the initial phase of having single screen and dual screen both match the general design and aesthetic of the trailers, even if not every single feature like media integration, Plex server hosting, all that. Even if it's not entirely integrated, I'd say a beta is expected in the spring regardless.
hell yeah. I've yet to try Isu or the app yet. Like I've been part of it since like the preview of it. But I've yet to try it because I have no Android device or no AON Thor because I'm a college student. I'm broke as shit.
I
Um,
thought,
yeah. I need Nathan to send me one. I'm just kidding.
hey, who knows? AYN is our friend. We have
Please, AON,
lots
I
of good
need this. I'm kind of homeless. I'm a CSE major.
Oh
Um,
yeah, you're not good. I'm sorry. Yeah.
no, but anyways, um, would you like to say anything before we get to the next question about Isu? Like,
Um, all I want to enforce is that we're still working on the project. Um, we we still have the same design, the same vision. We don't have any bad relations with any past developers or anybody. Um, we don't want to be as as focused on promising what we don't think we can really achieve. And we still want to keep up, promotional material and marketing because I think that's something that the emulation space could use, like not to be super public because of the nature of some methods of playing games, but I think there's still a big market and audience of people. I don't want to call it like a market, like we're selling something. The goal is to build free software and to support the devs who want to do that. But there's a lot of people who are interested in emulation and interested in playing these like classic titles, but sometimes there's not the best interface for them, or even if there is, there's some confusion around it. Um, so that's kind of been the goal of E2 from the start to have this appeal to a lot of people. Um, and we're going to be pushing that, but at the same time, we're really just focused on the fundamentals and making a good app, making a good service. I've loved seeing the amount of ESU assets and icons and fan art that we've seen made. Some of it's already been published in like Steam Grid. Um, but we're actively working on a database in the back end. That's been my core focus recently. Hopefully we can get that deployed in the next couple of weeks so people can upload assets and they're actually registered with hashes that we can use to scrape. We've been working on more web services and APIs, but we've been a little bit more low profile, I would say, likely for the better. Our developers have been a lot happier in being a little more secluded and working hard on music and designs and everything. But we're going ahead, and I love the path that ECU is going, and I really appreciate all the developers and moderators and everything that we have in the team.
Yeah, I'm a mod. Yes. I've been part of ISU, like I said, since like it was kicking off, and I had the privilege, well, to interview Thaddeus because I known him for a couple of years. I didn't even know he
The
was part of
goat.
it, but then I got to meet the main man himself, and then I got to interact with a great community. Even after all what happened, it's still a good community. Everyone loves Marlix. I'm a fucking icon, I guess. Um,
You have like 3 emojis already. I don't know how you got those in.
yeah, I'm emoji and sticker. Um, but it's great, like the community, being supportive of each other. They're interacting with the mods and developers and like checking in what's happening, and then people showing off their Thors or what they've done with it. And yeah, I hope to try it soon for a coming ISU video. Like I said, I don't know when I'm gonna get it, but hopefully it's when it comes out when ISU releases. But
Just
yeah,
feel like a Xiaomi phone or something, like $50. Try out ISU.
yeah, it's
That'll do
really
the job.
yeah. Um. Uh. Is there gonna be like any tutorial how to set up ISU for Aeon Thors? I know like there's some people that might get their Thors just to try out ISU, and it might have trouble how to set up ISU. Like, will there be a tutorial for that?
We have some guides for assets and for other things, like for importing assets and using the scrapers on our website, which is just isu.network. But the other project I'm working on in the back end is a content management system. So we'll be publishing more guides, and we'll hope to build up a wiki for EC resources and potentially general emulation resources.
Mm-hmm.
So esu.network and like the guide section on the website will be full of tutorials and guides. And we also post stuff in the Discord for that as well. So make sure you join that.
Join the
But
Discord.
there will be guides for sure.
If you haven't already, I'll post it on the description. So you guys can interact with not only me but other mods. Maybe Nathan, if this guy is like doesn't ignore my message like a toxic girlfriend. I'm kidding.
Bro, 3 hours without a text back. I'm sorry.
But yeah, you guys should join the server. Just don't be stupid. Common sense. Or else I'll ban you. No, I'm playing. I'm not like that. But um. Is there any other questions? I feel like there's not too much to ask. It's like it's already out there with what's going on with the alpha beta releases. Oh yeah, because speaking of alpha, like what is? I think this might make my final question. Like, what is in the alpha release specifically? Because like I haven't been paying attention to the alpha releases because I look and want to wait to try it out myself. So you want to like explain like what's working in the alpha so far? What do you want to get to work in the alpha so far, or in the future?
Yeah. Right now in the alpha, we have a mostly stable build. Um, there's still like the occasional bug, but right now we have a home screen which you can manage. We have emulator integration with pretty much everything from like from NES to the unnameable consoles. We have scrapers with all the main scrapers that you would possibly want. Um, Lots of customization for themes. You can have animated wallpapers on different screens. There's light mode, dark mode. There is lots of configuration with emulators, with RetroArch, with everything you could think of. Um, we've built out the core system, and I think it's almost ready for daily driving for a lot of people. But again, like we don't have the full online situation set up yet. We don't have like Shopee or the networks, but right now the alpha is in a very usable state for just general use for importing your apps, launching them, and configuring assets. So most stuff that about 80% of the things that you would really want in an emulator. I mean, in a front end.
Hell yeah. Do you mind sharing me some videos of Isu Alpha like working on Thors, or I can ask the server too, so I could just display on the video, just to show like it's working.
Yeah.
That will
Sucked
be
it.
put at the end of the video. If you guys are still watching. So after this interview, I'll show you guys the Alpha working on the Thors or whatever device they're using. So yeah, thank you, Nathan, for doing that for me.
Mhm.
And also I forgot to mention that IISU has a Minecraft server. That shocked me too, to be honest. Is there a reason why there's a Minecraft server? I was like,
Yeah, right now, by the time this is uploaded, that will be public. Right now, that is a supporter Minecraft server.
yeah,
But a lot of people, mostly supporters, but a lot of people that we've seen in the chats have just been casually asking for, Minecraft server or like some other game integration, and we thought, why not? We have some people that we know who do server hosting, and we're working with them to have like the server right now has like 200 gigs of RAM. It's something like it's silly, but it's just he just owns the server.
right,
So it's just for fun for people to chat and to play a game together, because the point of ISU is not just to be an app you install, but a little bit more of a platform and a community and an aesthetic. So the Minecraft server just kind of helps with that. Helps as a nice community tool for people to play along
yeah,
with.
oh yeah. I might join the server soon when I'm not busy with college or clubs. So yeah, uh, there should be game nights too. Host game nights, dude. Make the server because the server's engaging as shit. Every day I open ISU, it's like hundreds of messages, talk about different topics. I'm like, damn, should have a
Yeah,
game night here.
yeah, that'd be nice. It might be a little hard to manage, but we would love to do that.
That's why we have you to manage and me.
That'd be
But
fun.
I'm gonna end the interview cut here. I mean, this is gonna be a short interview because I feel like the stuff you explained is pretty self-explanatory. Everything's going well. Nothing has changed. Just change of co-creator. And yeah, like I said, join the ISU server to get more updates. Um, what else do I have to say? If you guys want to donate $5 to support, you can have the supporter role. And if you want to pay $5 every month, you get the supporter deluxe. And I think that might be it for the interview. I don't have much to say. I think we'll do another interview like next month or so, or whenever I feel like it. Which, well, don't worry, I'll do another one, but it'll be probably better than this one because this one just is a bit. It's just a well, how do I say this? It's just for me to come back to YouTube from once.
Mhm. We miss you.
Yeah,
I'm
I miss you
expecting that
guys too.
reaction with you soon.
Yeah, I miss you guys too. But um, I'll also will not only post a lot of ESU content, post a lot of my content. I know some of you guys are here just for ESU content, but if you guys like to get to know me more, uh, you could subscribe to this channel or come back to the channel for me to upload my content because I didn't expect
Cool.
ISU to change my freaking channel.
Now, what that silly project, right?
Yeah,
Not
it's,
worth it.
it's a silly project that got me to 300. It get like that video. I think that now as I'm recording has like 1.3K views. Still amazing. I got like 30 to 40 subscribers from it. What an amazing community. All because of a front end.
Cool front end.
Cool
Very
front
cool.
end, yes. But I'm gonna end the recording here. I'll see you guys in the next video. Probably another interview with Nathan where this time I'll be asking more questions and we'll give you more updates. So yeah. I'll see you guys next video. And also one more thing, I forgot to mention this earlier, but I will be uploading my reactions to the easy presentation pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. I don't know why I didn't mention this in the beginning, but there you go. All right, later, guys. Nathan, last minute words.
Um, and thanks to everyone for tuning in, and thanks everyone for sticking around with the project and for keeping some interest in it. Um, No, I've already said pretty much everything I wanted to say, but it's been a passion project from the start. So um, I really appreciate everyone's support in it. It's been great. I've met a lot of great people, including Marlix here. Um, and thank you, Marlix, for having me on to do a little interview. It's good to catch up, and I need to do a little bit more public interaction with how ET's going, but I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. I was got to talk to you finally in person. And this is our first interaction, and a new friendship going. So, yeah. See you guys in the next IISU video or my video. I don't know.
Hopefully the video was worth it to watch. I know I've been gone from YouTube for a great while. I keep promising myself I would come back, but recently college has been a pain in the ass. And it's not just class itself, but I have like other school clubs to deal with, and it's keeping me like it's keeping me away from YouTube for a while. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and stay tuned for more.